And welcome back. And we will now start professionally with this stream, which of course is totally out of character for me anyway. But there we go. But the layout wasn't too bad chat-wise. Yes, it sort of worked, didn't it? There we go, fantastic. Anyway, welcome back to what is now the officially recognised by Twitch #1 Frontier Elite 2 stream on the entirety of the internet. I think we could be justly proud of that. Well done, everybody. I think you should all deserve a round of applause for making this stream the official #1 Frontier Elite 2 according to Twitch. Actually, according to Twitch, I got an email congratulating me. And I mean, not just the top 1%. We're way beyond that. You know, we are the #1 Twitch stream on the internet for Frontier Elite 2. I mean, there we go. Round of applause. That's awesome. The fact that we are the only Frontier Elite 2 stream on the entirety of the internet is totally beside the point. But I think it's worth a pause, a moment of reflection. to appreciate this great achievement. But there we go. Anyway, we are the 100%. In fact, we are the top 100%. We're the top 1%. We're just top. Okay, there is nothing else but us. We are the 100%. Dear. So there we go. Anyway, fantastic. So anyway, well done, everybody. We've done a good thing. We have all the. We are everything. This is it. This is the entirety of Frontier Elite 2 streaming that there is. But there we go. Are we still in the waffle stage? Very much so, I'm afraid. Yes. We'll get off the waffle stage and back to the game in a minute. I have repaired reality, which is a good thing. I've just congratulated myself. Double Dutch 69. Thank you very much for the follow. 60% of the time we're #1 all the time. Yes. I think most of the percentage of the time we're #1. Although anyway, I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, it's just made me laugh that Twitch actually sent me an email congratulating me on being the #1 streamer, when in fact I am the only streamer. But there we go. That just made me laugh. So anyway, congratulations everybody. That's really good. Now, what news? So we are definitely approaching the end, I think, of for an open game that actually doesn't have an end, we are sort of approaching the end of Frontier Elite 2, and then we will touch on Frontier First Encounters. Of course, we have to do these things properly. 74, according to the latest figures, 74% of all statistics are useless. I think I would probably agree with that. Doesn't sound very precise though, Commander Nero. I'm sure it's 74.3 or something like that. But there we go. So the immediate objective. So let's get to the game. Where is it? DOSBox. There we go. Let me just turn the sound back on. There we go. Look at this amazing UI that we have. And there's a slight hum. That's actually not feedback from my system. That's actually the game making that strange noise. I don't know why. I'm guessing it's a sort of space station sound. That's what the point is. But there we go. Frontier First Encounter, is that the one with graphics? I'm not sure if we'd quite call them graphics. They're different. I wouldn't actually necessarily describe them as better, because they're more ambitious for sure, and we'll talk about that a bit when we get to play that game. But better is a difficult word. Better is a very loaded, subjective word anyway. Personally, I don't like them as much. I think they're too complicated. They're almost overdone. Slightly tried too hard. I think the simplicity of Frontier Elite 2 actually, in its look and feel, is actually better. But Frontier First Encounters is definitely cleverer. Whether it's better, we'll judge, but we'll see. Will I be playing the original version or the modified version? I will be playing a modified version, but only so far as the bugs have been removed, so it's actually playable. I have been playing around with it a little bit over the last few days and weeks, and whilst I did eventually get the original binaries running, it will not play nicely with my PC. It had problems with getting weird keyboard inputs or something, some kind of other control input going into it, which would just make the machine, make the spaceship unflyable at times. Not all the time, and I couldn't track down what was causing it. So I will be using Commander Kelvin, as you just mentioned it, JJFFE, which is the same original resolution, same original gameplay, but with the bugs fixed, so we can actually play it. That's basically what I'm attempting to use. So that's what we will be running. I gave a short demo of it last week, just to kind of whet your appetites for things to come. But in the meantime, I'm weirded out by lack of chirping birds. Yeah, the windows are still closed. In common with many other people, the temperature has changed dramatically in the last week. So this time last week, it was about -5 here in the UK where I live. That's Celsius rather than Fahrenheit, just so you know. So it was chilly, but it, you know, quite cold, I suppose, by the standards of the UK. And today it's +14. So and the sun is out, and it's unseasonably warm, so it's a bit weird. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with the weather at the moment. We're supposed to get a blast of heat now from Morocco, having had all of our weather coming from Russia over the last couple of weeks, which has been jolly chilly. Now apparently it's coming from Morocco, so we can expect almost summertime temperatures in February. So yeah, that's a bit weird. So there we go. Let's hope everything still continues to work. But no, it's the birds. The birds, I will try and resurrect the birds in March, because at that point I could probably have the window open, but it's still a bit chilly. But there we go. Right, so our plan was to keep running military missions. So I'm going to spend today doing more military missions to see if we can gain more rank. Okay, gain more rank with the Empire, of course, because I mean, who else would we be gaining rank with? And try to get some more interesting missions. They slowly have got a little bit more interesting, but it is it's a little bit of a long slog. So we still need some work to do. So where do we stand at the moment? Okay, so our elite rating is above average. I'll have you know, above average. I've got an Imperial title of Master, which isn't great. I don't know what it is actually, how far up that is. I've got a slightly spotty criminal record. Unlawful discharge of weapon, trading in illegal goods, smuggling in illegal goods, and piracy and murder, just to round it off. I have been awarded a Crimson Brassard. Now it sounds like a rather curious bra to me, but it isn't. It's like an armband. So you know those rather disreputable chaps who were buzzing around in Europe during the Second World War, who wore sort of red armbandy things. Well, it's one of those, but hopefully not with a swastika on it. But we do have we've been awarded a Crimson Brassard by the Empire. So I'm hoping to maybe get some more medals. I like medals. So let's have that. So sounds like a medal from a lower alert, does the Crimson Brassard? It does actually. That's exactly what it sounds like. So anyway, I don't even know where we are. Where are we? We're in the VACQuest system at the moment. Now you get some quite nice missions out of the Fakasi system. I think that's how I'm pronouncing it. And that's basically where we need to kind of get back to, but hopefully there'll be a few missions here, and there's the Imperial Navy, so we can go to Sahoa, Akanar and Sahoa. I've got a feeling maybe we got some. Oh no, we got one mission to face it already. Okay, by the 14th of May, so that we've got to deliver that one. Did we load up the ship? Look, we did. 59 tons of slaves and 10. So we were ready to go. Okay, that's awesome. Right. So there we go. like the fall of Madonna, exactly right. And there was wasn't she rolled up in a bratwurst sausage or something like that? Is that? I haven't watched that show for ages. I must watch that one again. I always my favourite character out of that was the policeman who wished to speak to you. Good stuff. 80s comedy. It was 80s, wasn't it? Was it 80s? I must be remembering that right. It must have been 80s, yeah. Good moaning. Yes. Officer Crabtree, good moaning. It's that stupid English idiot who thinks he can speak our language. I remember actually, this is a small ramble. I remember my French teacher at school must be 1985, 86, when I was doing my, well, they were called O-levels in those days. They were sort of the GCSE equivalent of today. So if you don't know what it is, think GCSE, but not the same. O-levels. And and my French. I mean, I wasn't very good at French. I wasn't very good at languages at all, actually. But I can speak a bit of passable French now and then. I can make my way, if you know what I mean. I can go to a petrol station and fill up my petrol or pay for things and talk about the weather, and I can order a coffee and that kind of stuff. That's about as far as my French goes. And but I put that down to my French master, who basically told me in 1985. He says, if you're going to speak French, because we had to do these oral exams for French, where you basically had to speak into a microphone and have I think it was called conversational French or something like that. And you'd rattle through a list of sort of predefined phrases that I listened to. I listened to cassettes. I like taking my dog for a walk. I have a cat. It's very nice. Those sort of things. And he basically said, if you want to get some extra marks, he said, make sure you put on a French accent. And I said, well, I can't do a French accent. And he said, just do it like the guys on Hello Hello. That'll do. So we did, and I passed. I passed my O-level French with a grade C, which actually came as a bit of a surprise. So Hello Hello got me an O-level. So that's all I can say in its defence. I don't know how it stacks up. It's probably full of all sorts of stuff that is probably politically not quite so acceptable nowadays. I don't know if I've watched it or not. I don't know whether it is or not. But we'll have to watch it. Très bien, exactly, très bien. Je parle français un petit peu, n'est-ce pas? There you go. With my extremely British accent. And je voudrais un tasse de thé. Very important. Okay. Right, let's get this. It's in the French. Let's get the ship moving. Right, so we're going to go back to the Fekasi system. I did 5 years of French at school. Can hardly remember a word of it. No, it's the only reason I've kept my French going a bit is because a couple of jobs I was in it was advantageous to be able to speak a bit of French, and of course I live in Kent, so we do what we used to in the olden days when you could travel to places and meet people. Those halcyon days back in the dim and distant past, when you could actually go out. I did. We used to go over to France quite a bit, and it's useful to be able to speak a little bit of French. But anyway, there we go. Actually, I mean, I've had the excitement today in the Wagar household has absolutely been frenetic. I had an official reason to go out somewhere. It wasn't the most exciting of adventures, but I went out of the house. I was able. My son drove me, so we went to a place and we interacted with some people. We came back home again. It was called going to the tip, or going to the recycling place, as it's now called. It's still the tip, but it's now the recycling centre. We went there and we unloaded a car full of rubbish. We nodded at a few people, and then we drove home again. It was extremely exciting. So I feel like my Saturday has been highly exciting compared to most normal days. So there we go. Right, hyperspace. Let's get to where we're going. And we have that amazing music. Tesco's is the highlight of my week these days. Well, we get most of our food delivered. So that I'm not alone in them. Apparently, no, there are other people about. It is most peculiar. Right, we don't want to go to Matthew's Hole. We decided that doesn't sound. That's it. Peter's Wreck is our destination of choice. Although we've got into a lot of trouble at Peter's Wreck in the past, but they seem to have forgiven us recently. Although the police did throw me in the penitentiary for 17 years and then killed me, despite my very generous offer of giving them a Jenny. didn't seem to hold any ice for them at all. So, hey, what can you do? Bribery and corruption doesn't pay. Okay, it doesn't pay. So there's a life lesson here. Maybe I should do that at the end of every stream. Children, this is what you're supposed to have taken away from this episode. A life of crime doesn't pay. Okay, make sure you wait for the Green Cross Code Man before you cross the road. Or is it a squirrel? No, it's Tufty the safety squirrel, isn't it? Everybody who's not born in the 70s will be going, what? What's he talking about? The jennies are just eye candies and they don't do much. Well, I don't want to disparage my jennies because, I'm sure they're doing something useful. Curious Deluxe, by the way, I've just got back into Elite Dangerous after stumbling across these retro streams and then your other stuff. It's fun stuff, so cheers. Thanks for it. Well, that's the whole point. It's supposed to be fun. So there we go, docking music. There we go. A life of crime doesn't pay, but it will get you Jenny's. Jenny isn't the first name that jumps. If you're going to have a pair of female sidekicks, for an adventureful life of crime throughout the, blasting your way through all the star system, Jenny isn't the first name I would choose for two heroines to kind of accompany a bold adventuring, as a pair of sidekicks. They should be called Zalara or I don't know, Elvira or something like that, shouldn't they, really? Ah, dear. Jenny and Jenny. It's just not going to work. There we go, that's enough of that. It's full of idiots around here. I never go to shops unless it's 10 minutes past opening time to 10 minutes to closing, yes. Was that a Martuk reference? Well, kind of. Elvira is just a name that came to me, actually. Oh, look, there we are. Message from local Imperial HQ. You've done good, my son. Right, so let's see if anybody wants some slaves, because that's that's not illegal at all. That's not dodgy around here. Nerve gas. Apparently that's illegal. Why would nerve gas be illegal? Doesn't look like anybody wants some slaves. Computers today. No slaves. Oh well, never mind. Let's sell those down. Okay, let's see. What have we got in terms of... There's their director, Mansfield. Wants to be killed. Positional review. Let's see if there's any other Jennies about. It's always worth a try. Suzanne. No, sorry, you're not Jenny. We're just looking for slightly cheaper Jennies because it's tradition. Right. Computers, no. Feeling generous, never. Not giving any money. Passage on a fast ship. Suzanne, it's not very. You need some. Where are all the sci-fi names? Why is everybody in the Elite Universe called? Got relatively boring names. Daisy Jeffries. Angus O'Hanlon. I wonder where he's from. Actually, this is weird. Where's the federal? That's odd. There aren't any Imperial Navy missions here. What's caused that? There aren't any. That's weird. So I'm going to have to go somewhere else. He's from Space Island. Ah dear, quite funny. The military is closed today. It's the day of the Emperor, 6th of May. Okay, that's weird. We're going to have to go somewhere else. See if we can. Maybe I should go down to the planet. That often works, doesn't it? For some reason, there are no Imperial missions available at the orbital station. So let's go down to the planet. I think maybe we're not welcome at Fortress York. Yes, actually, maybe that's it. Maybe Fortress York hasn't forgiven me. Maybe they think, actually, no, I'm not going to. This guy's well dodgy. We're not going to talk to him. Yep. So all the parents in the 3100s looked at baby name books in the 1990s. I think that must be it, mustn't it? Right, let's get down there. Zoop. That Star Dreamer just click in you there. Right, so let's have a look here. Bulletin board. Right, the Imperial Navy, play your part in the glory of the Empire. There we are. Contact us if you dare. Right, I love that. I mean, look, it's like the first time you play this game, it's like you go bulletin board and it says Imperial Navy, play your part in the glory of the Empire. Contact us if you dare. And you go, well, that sounds exciting. And then you click on it and it says deliver some forms. Deliver some documents. Deliver some medals. Right, so there's the Vequest system. I have no idea where the Meal-Logri system is. Saho is a popular one. Mifi Vequest is 2. Conducting wire. I mean, some superconducting wire. Why is that so important? Deliver some messages. Deliver a message to the Akanar system. Akanar. There's 4 to Vequest, so let's do those again. Look at that guy with his red eyes. That just looks wrong. That one. Yeah, come on then. We just want to do the missions, so we can raise our rep. Have you come across this sort of gameplay before, where you have to hang around to do missions to increase your rep so you get better missions? It's vaguely familiar. Right. Okay. So right. I think that's all the ones that are going to Vequis. There are some going to Akanar, but we can't do both, unfortunately, at a time. So yeah. Fast track to King by delivering forms. Yeah, I know. Medals. Muttley says, yeah. Hello, Kelly Bang. Welcome to you. Right, so we should have 4 missions now. That's good. So 10th of May is the first one. That's a little bit tight, actually. I wonder if we'll get that one. Never mind. It's only $200. We'll do our best. Right, I think what do we buy here? This is... I can't remember. It's slaves into here. I always forget what we're doing on the way back. What do we... Can anyone remember what we do? Major expert... Oh, it's medicines. There we go. That was it. Right, so let's fill up with lots of hydrogen fuel. Medicines are up the top there. Fill up the ship with medicines. That's right, because we were making a joke last week about the different types of medicines you could carry. Right, we'll save the game because... No, we'll save the game because... There we go. And launch. Let's get ourselves across to that system. And keep doing this exciting gameplay that we're doing. There we go. And tilt the ship up. Get a bit of thrust. There we go. Zoomed out a bit. There's our amazing ship. Our lovely Imperial courier with the pointy bits on and stuff. There we go. Right. So there we are. We can hyperspace. Right, so where do we go in here? I think it was there's only one place to go, wasn't it? It was Biggs's Hollow, which doesn't sound all that much more attractive than Matthew's Hole, really, does it? If I can get it to rotate away from there so I can click on it. Has that got it? Okay. I think I may have just failed one of the missions, actually. Oops. Never mind. See how we do. Are we going to get attacked? No. The boring kind of medicine there, or Bag's End for that matter. Yeah. Some very dodgy. Why would people... I always wonder that, actually, in terms of some of the strange names you get, particularly in the UK. I don't know if other countries have this. Some of the names of places are just... Why would you call a place that? I mean, it just sounds horrible. I mean, maybe it was just funny at the time or something. Now we've got... We must have clicked on one of those spaceships again. It's so annoying that. This happened to me before and I couldn't understand what had gone wrong. And it won't centre. Yeah. Tell you what, let's go down to the... Can we go down to the planet? This is going to be easier. Sometimes that space station is a nuisance. There we go. Now we're probably going to get told off for missing one of the things. We also seem to be like place names that are spelt nothing like how they're pronounced. Yeah, that's a problem as well, isn't it? Delivery completed. No, we missed one. That, in fact, we missed 3 of them. That may not work very well. Oops. That may have reduced our rep rather than improved it. I don't know. Does anybody know how much I get down marked for missing appointments? That's the problem with this thing. Is this actually, this ship isn't really fast enough to do this job well. Oh, that one said okay. This one presumably is going to say failed. Displeased, oh dear. So I got 2 of them, but I don't know if that did me any good. So I don't know how much I get down marked for failing to get a message on time, whether it just doesn't count against me. Does it debit from my Imperial rank, or does it just kind of not? You've gained 2 rep points but lost 6. Ow. Okay, so that was a backward step. So, right, so I've got to be more careful about that then in that case. I must only take missions that I can actually deliver in time. It's a good tip. Okay. Right, so first things first, let's sell those medicines. That's a good thing. Let's stock up on fuel because we always need that. Let's have, that's not too much. We want slaves. Slaves are good. At least we're making some money. Okay, so if you fail the mission, you lose 3. That's not good, is it? I need to bear that in mind. Grain. Vacancy required. Is it a Jenny? No. Imperial Navy. Deliver some messages to the thing system. Right, 23rd of May. That's 9 days. That should be okay. There's 25th of May. That one should be okay as well. So basically, it's a bit more than that's all that's available. So okay, so let's save the game. So I need to be more cautious. So basically, a delivery mission is worth 2 points, and you lose 2 points. Okay, so it's 2 points up or 2 points down. Right. I don't know how many points I've got. Of course, there's no real way to tell. So I need to bear that in mind. Right, let's see if we can get these missions done proper like this time. To the Facey system. Facey, something like that. Oh, undergarage down. Maybe damaged by micrometeorites. That sounds really bad, but I don't think there's anything goes wrong, if that makes sense. Oh, look how far away it's put us. So let's have a look at this map. Actually, maybe we will go, I think we'll go to Matthew's Hole today because it's a bit closer to where we've jumped in. Oh, apart from it's not. There's Matthew's Hole. Let's go to Matthew's Hole because why not, eh? And it's got Schneider base, presumably. As in Roy Schneider, perhaps, from Jaws, and I think he was in 2001, wasn't he? Was that Roy Schneider? Well, that didn't hook up for some reason. Right, so it's now the 18th of May, and I've got to get to places by the 23rd, so hopefully that'll be alright. Right, autopilot. It's only 8 AUs, so with a bit of luck we should be alright. We haven't actually been attacked recently. It was 2010, was it? Oh no, it was somebody else played him in, it was, what was it? What's his name of the chap? Hayward Floyd? 2001, somebody else played him, didn't he? That's right. 2010 it was Roy Schneider. That's right. And of course, Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder is a theme tune I think I'm going to have a go at on the keyboard at some point. Yeah, do the MIDI rendition now. Because it's actually a really good theme tune, but it's not all that well known, that one. Have we gone on an exploration trip yet, DJ Ambrosio asked? Not yet, no. I'm going to see if I can combine that with a MB4 mining trip, because that sounds like it should work. Now, with a bit of luck, we're good. Yeah, we had 2 days to spare for both of those, so that's good. Local Imperial HQ, delivery has been completed successfully, thank you. I think successfully there was spelt wrong, actually. I think there's supposed to be 2 S's in successfully. Or maybe not. Doesn't look, I don't know, I can't remember. Maybe it's alright, I don't know. But yeah, Blue Thunder theme tune. Blue Thunder was sort of, I think Blue Thunder came out before Airwolf, didn't it? Airwolf is the one most people remember, which of course is do 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 do. No, that's Blue Thunder. Airwolf is do 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 do, that one. Whereas Blue Thunder is it's really cool theme tune actually. I'm not really doing it justice by humming it, but I need to. I think I'm going to dig out a MIDI version of that because it is actually quite a cool piece of TV kind of 80s theme tune. The Airwolf theme tune is legendarily good, of course. I think the Blue Thunder one isn't as memorable, but it's still a good theme tune. I thought you were doing the Space Quest theme until you got to the news. Dear, all good stuff. Right, I have got my MIDI keyboard here, as you know. Actually, let me just. I don't think I've got it configured correctly. I think I've got a a bad delay in it and it doesn't play properly. There's a quick aside. Let me just fire it up and see if it works. Can't remember so I'm gonna try and give you a very brief rendition. Miami Vice. Now that's a good one as well. Hang on a minute. Let me just start this up. And I don't want a project. I want a virtual instrument track. That's how this works. Is it gonna play ball? Let's art that. Sorry. There we go. Can you hear that? It's a bit quiet. Hang on a minute. There we go. Sorry, this is a small ramble, but it's kind of in context. It's not in context at all, really. But hey, I'm going to do it anyway. It's my stream. I am the #1 Twitch streamer. You shall have to do what I decide. Right, hang on a minute. I need to. Why is there an audio track? I don't want the audio track. Go away. Stupid computer. Right, now I need a sort of 80s style sound effects. Strings, lead, hard. There we go. That's what we need. Where's the one I want? There it is. Boom. Right. Right, that sounds more. I'm moving that keyboard aside, getting this little keyboard. Right, so Airwolf goes like this. Okay, that's Airwolf, all right? Everyone clear about the Airwolf situation. Now, the Blue Thunder, though, goes like this. Okay, that's Blue Thunder. Just say now you know. And just to show willing, just bring it back into Frontier Elite 2. So Frontier Elite 2 is. There we go. Oh, Beverly Hills Cop. That's Axel F, isn't it? How does that go? It's bum bum bum. There we go. And it's sort of something like that. Anyway, and it goes on and on and on. Anyway, that's stop. Back to the game. Right, let's close that down. So anyway, so you've now been educated on the Blue Thunder. I will try and do a full Distraction plus rep improve though, hopefully. Hopefully, I'm going to try and do a Blue Thunder MIDI file because I've done a few of those, as you know from previous streams. I think a Blue Thunder one would be quite good fun to do. So I'm going to investigate that at some point. I think you're safe with the copyright strikes, says Freaky Deaky. I think I probably am with a single finger. Trouble is, this keyboard is literally it's very small, as you can see. You know, that's how big my hand is. It's only a tiny little keyboard with 2 octaves, and I only use it for I only use it on the Elite background music packle. Thanks very much. But it's only like 2 octaves, so you can only really do one hand at a time. I only use it for keying MIDI notes because I hate doing it manually in the user interface. So I like to play it, but you can only play one hand at a time. And I only use it, but it's not like a performance keyboard. It hasn't got enough space. So I can't really play it live. It doesn't really work. So I can, as hopefully you've seen on some of my streams, I can actually play the keyboard reasonably well, but not that one. And I haven't got space in here at the moment for a proper full-size keyboard. So one of these days when I'm rich and famous, I've got a slightly bigger study, I will have a proper keyboard hooked up and ready to go, but I haven't got one at the moment. Right, let me get rid of this. Down I go. Right, so there we go. More like maxi distraction, but I get your pun. There we go. MIDI distraction. Commander AW Striker. Oh, mean but probably fair. Jaden Nick says, I need to build a retro game bar and hire you as a MIDI piano player. When I have a bigger broom closet, exactly. Broom closets are cool, right? Right, so what am I doing? Where am I? Who am I? What's my name? Right, so the Jennies are still here. The slaves are loaded up. We have a mission? No, we don't. Where are we anyway? We're Schneider Services. Let's have a look at the bulletin board. Imperial Navy. Right, we need to go back to... Where are we? We're in the Facey system. Okay. So actually, no, I need to sell my slaves, don't I? What am I doing? Where am I? We have arrived here. That's right. Sell the slaves. Actually, just before we do that, check the bulletin board. Come on, Drew. Pay attention. Does anybody want some slaves? Because luxury goods. Oh. No. Oh well. We're still making a bit of money along the way. Never travel with an empty hold in Elite. That's one of Drew's laws. Okay, never travel with an empty hold. Even if it barely makes a profit. Well, I love Drew's aspiration for when he's rich and famous. He's slightly bigger study. I don't want very much, you know. I to be honest, out of rich and famous, I'd probably take rich. I'm not all that bothered about being famous. It sounds like an awful. It's bad enough being reasonably well known in the Elite universe, because when you say something completely innocuous, people go, "It means something." No, it doesn't. I was just having a random thought. And if you were properly famous, it would be really annoying, I think, because if people basically would say, "Oh, so and so said this, therefore it means something," and they're just an ordinary human being who just had a random thought. So I think that would be pretty rich. However, I'm sure I could make use of rich in something. So maybe I could have 2 broom closets. So I don't think I'd like to be famous, really. I think being famous would be quite annoying quite quickly. But rich, I could probably make a reasonable fist at enjoying being rich. I suspect. I think most of us could. Rich and infamous, which that would probably be better, actually. So the short video. So those. Very small ED thing there with the Elite Retribution stuff I'm doing on Thursdays. Of course, those of you who are playing that in-game story understand what that video was all about. But of course, I put it into my and I was trying to be careful. I put it in when I announced it on Twitter. I said this is the Elite Retribution thing, and some stuff's been discovered in the G.R.I.N.D system, and I put it in my Elite Retribution playlist on YouTube, so it was fairly clear it follows on from everything else that's been going on. And yet somehow, I don't know how, it was picked up on the Frontier Forum and on Reddit, and people were then dissecting it. What does this mean? Is this something official? It's like, no, guys, we've been doing this since January. Anyway, the internet. Right, so we're in the Facey system. Dun 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 dun. Bulletin board. Where's the Imperial Navy? Right, come on. So messages. Vacuous system, that's good. 2nd of June, plenty of time for those two. So yep, we'll do them. We're still not getting very interesting missions. Some documents by the 31st of May, that's okay. So vacuous systems by midnight on the 30th. I think that's okay. Yep. Military data cards. Paperwork by the 26th of May. Right, so that one is tempting, but we can't do it. Okay. I did roll the dice. Yep. Rich and infamous. Yeah. You've already reached celebrity status. What greater accolade can you hope for than #1 Frontier Elite 2 Twitch stream? Well, I suppose that's very true, yeah. Everybody who's at all concerned about a 1993 video game has probably heard of me by now. Dear. What were you playing in the background there, Drew? I thought we were just chatting. Yeah, Freaky Deaky Dude, that was me attempting to play some music. Having tons of fun with that stream too. Anyway, I'm glad you're having fun, Commander Nura. That is exactly the purpose. Really, that's about it. Bots on Discord announce new uploads without this. So there are bots on Discord that are monitoring my YouTube feed, are they? Okay, that's interesting to know. I can't do much about that really, but there we go. Anything? Oh, there's another. That's 7 days. Some medals. Midnight on the 29th. Can I make that one? That's very dodge, isn't it? Midnight on the 2nd of June. That one's okay. We've done quite well today, though. There are quite a lot of missions going to VacQuest, which is excellent. 29th of May. That's the one we definitely can't do. It's too close. Quince, Akiti, Solar System, Mulgreb. Midnight on the 1st. Yeah, we can do that. I'm going to have to ask for some more money before too long, but I really just want to rank it up. VacQuest System 29th. That's one we can't do. Don't have a fast enough ship. Okay, that's the end. So we did rather well there. Look, we've got 6 missions. There we go. But I did roll the dice. Yes, I did roll the dice. Yes. Aha, clue. Thank you for the follow there, Travis Houseless. And this stream is in the top 1% of all the FE2 streams. It is indeed. In fact, it is the top 1%. In fact, it is all the percents, I think we decided. Bots monitoring bots, that will escalate quickly. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Aussie G, hello, good to see you. Commander AW Striker, wait till they hear you have Jenny's locked in it. I know, my Jenny's. Leave my Jenny's alone. Clonus says, I have an original copy of this game on floppy disk, but I do not think I've ever played it. It's actually quite a good game. It's quite a good. Has Drew murdered anyone yet? The night is young, or the afternoon is young, anyway. Right, let's look at this. Let's get ourselves to VacQuest. Are we? Yeah, we are medicined up. Let's save the game because that sounds like a good place to save. Did that work? I'm just got to be a bit careful here. Actually, looking at this, I'm wondering if I'm out of space. I don't need all those code. I've got a feeling. I just want to check this because I'm not sure if that's saving now. There's something about DOS, I think, that it runs out. There's only so many files you can have in the directory, or maybe it's Frontier itself. It can't read beyond a certain number of files in the directory. So I'm just going to go out into the file system and just double check it's saving, because that looks like it might not be. It isn't. No, it is actually saving. What I'm going to do is I'm going to delete most of the Cobra Mark III ones. We don't need all of those because, well, we just don't. I don't need most of the Courier ones now, to be honest. Let's get rid of some of those. There we go. We need a selection of things. Right, there we go. I'm going to go back up and see if it. There we go. Frees up a bit of save. Now it's definitely saved. I'm a bit worried. I could move them just to another file. I can't be bothered. I don't really need the save files. Just as long as we've got a selection of the different ships we were flying. Right, so we're good. Let's go. Onwards. So the power of... Yeah, it is quite impressive. It is an impressive game, actually. I think somebody told me this was one of the last games, or maybe the last game that was written purely in assembly code. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how necessarily you'd verify that, but somebody's made that claim to me, whether this game is in fact the last game that was written in pure assembly. And I assume it was originally written in 68,000 assembly, which I actually studied at university. It was the second assembly code language that I learnt. Roller Coaster Tycoon, also by Chris Sawyer, was also written in assembly. So so this sort of era is about when that process died, wasn't it? And people basically then were using, I guess, C. C was probably the language. At which point I stopped programming. I never really, I must admit, I have great appreciation for the developers I have worked with over the years, because I never really got into object-oriented programming. I don't really understand it very well. It feels, I suppose, maybe because I learnt, obviously I played with BASIC when I was young, but that's not really a proper programming language, of course. I did do quite a bit of C, and I did do quite a lot of Modular 2 / Pascal in my early years. But then I moved, and but after that I just didn't. I never went down the developer sort of stream, so the whole object orientation thing kind of passed me by, and I don't really get it. I still think procedurally when it comes to writing computer code, and calling objects and passing parameters to them and inheriting things from them is all witchcraft as far as I'm concerned. So I don't get it. But I'm sure some of you have mastered it. There's not something that I can really kind of understand. So C is about the only language that I've really got on with. And Modular 2 I liked. Fortran I did a bit of. But assembly, of course. Assembly. I don't think I could write an assembly now, but I certainly dabbled with it back in my young days, as it were. Right, let's get ourselves to Biggs's Hollow, and we'll go down. Let's go down to the base, because that seems to be working better for us. Dickens base we got into trouble for, as well as I recall. Hey, we're under attack. We get to shoot something. Excellent. We have a ship with a pea shooter gun. Right, so the problem with this is they tend to just ram you, don't they? Boom. I can't get out of its way. Turbo Pascal. Oh yes, I remember Turbo Pascal. And I haven't done any proper developing in anything for donkey's years, really. Oh, the ship is under attack again. Right, come on, this time let's have a fight. Oh, is that 2 ships? Or this one's got... I thought it had 2 guns there for a moment. Oh, it's actually hit me. Well, that's the first. Well done, AI, for actually hitting Drew's ship. That looks quite big. What is it? Have some of that. I actually took my shields down to 70%. I think we've got the balance right with the shields and the guns, actually, because it's not quite a one-shot kill, but it's not far off. They're definitely after me today. And the shield strength I've got seems to be enough to resist most of the weaponry that I've come across thus far. So I don't know what ship that is. It's quite hard to see the ships. One thing that surprised me a little bit. That almost looks like it's not. Well, whatever it wasn't very tough. Did anybody recognise it? Anyway, there we go. Right, is there another ship out there? We probably killed them off. There we go. Right, so just catching up. Whatcom C programmed in Amos on the Amiga. Yeah, that's it. Most jobs I get these officers for Java. Java seems everywhere. Java. When I looked at Java, it still looked like C as far as I was concerned. But presumably I think Java is object oriented, isn't it? So Java is the COBOL of the 21st century. Thanks for the follow there, Blaze Malbus. Much appreciated. Do you know this page? johnware.com Galaxy 1. He says, clicking on unsubstantiated links in his chat window. I don't actually, but what's there? Hey, it's the police. I like the fact that this lady's got a blue hat and a blue, I don't know, necklace or something there. And she's also got matching blue lipstick, which I think all police officers should have that. Page 7. This is DRM. For those of you who don't know what this is. This is the manual to the game. Oh look, I'm getting my deliveries. That's good. Right, page 7. So it basically is asking me to check page 7 of the manual, which is there. And line 3 of word 3 is the word seen. So I have to type in S. There we go. We're good. It had 4 glowy bits, but I don't know what that was actually. Was it an eagle? Okay. It's hard to find a simple development language. MSC Sharp is too complex for casual stuff. Everything else seems to be visual jukes. Yeah, so I did play around with, was it Scratch? I thought that was quite clever. But it was too basic for anything that I wanted to do. I need something relatively simple and straightforward that can compile down to a Windows exe. That's what I but I don't seem to find it. If anybody's got any suggestions of relatively simple programming language that I could build something with a GUI and read and write to file systems with, or maybe talk to the MIDI ports and things like stuff like that. That would be. I would be really interested in that. But everything I've seen requires some ridiculously huge IDE and requires me to learn so much background stuff that I just haven't got time for it. I want something like a ZX Spectrum that I could just switch on and just program with, and it's that ease of access. That's one thing those 8-bit computers, the ZX Spectrum, BBC, etc., were very primitive by one sense. But one thing that they give you straight out of the bat is you switch them on, you can do stuff. You don't have to do very much to get them working, whereas modern computers are really quite inaccessible if you're just starting from scratch. And even the Raspberry Pi, now I've got a Raspberry Pi, and I played around with it quite a while, but it's just not easy to start like it is with a Spectrum, for example. Without guidance, my son, who was about 13, 14, sorry for the retro computer deviation here, but it's kind of vaguely on topic, isn't it? Without my guidance, basically, and the knowledge of Linux and Unix operating system command lines and sort of stuff, very hard from a standing start even to get going with a Raspberry Pi. I personally think it's still too complicated, and I haven't tried a really new one recently, but I think I've got a Raspberry Pi 2. And I like it. It's clever and it's smart and it plugs into a modern computer monitor and all that kind of good stuff. But in terms of just switching it on and learning how a computer works and what it can do, still not as easy as those 8-bit computers of the 1980s. Personally, I think. But there we go. All police officers have blue lipstick, including the men, especially the men. Dear. Well, it's either compiled and a bit more complex or it's interpreted. Yeah, so Python's not so bad. I've mucked about with a bit of Python and HTML and JavaScript, of course, that sort of stuff. What am I trying to do exactly? The thing is, nerd dose, I'm not trying to do anything particular. I just quite like tinkering with code. I would like to be able to read and write to a file system so I could maybe sort some data. Just in a CSV or something like that. I'd like to be able to listen in on or write to a MIDI port. I'd like to be able to interpret a joystick port. I'd like some basic simple graphics routines, maybe so I could draw squares, animate circles, that kind of stuff. Maybe some 3D stuff, nothing very sophisticated. And the trouble is I don't really know what I want to do. I'd like to have a general purpose computing language that I could do useful routines, build some simple GUIs that I could change things, switch on and off audio sources, build GUIs that would be useful for me, just in general, switching things on and off on the computer. I don't know, I can't find them, but there we go. Get the BBC emulator and just use basic, well, I still fire up the old Spectrum emulator every so often and play with that. I learnt Java on the job, plenty of copy paste off the interweb. Yeah, see, I don't really, copy and pasting is fine. I don't really want to copy and paste it. I like writing my own code. It sounds like Python would suit you. So yeah, I have played around with Python. But it's that whole interpreted thing. What I want is I want to compile down to an exe. Can you do that with Python? Python or Java, maybe one of those sort of things. It seems quite hard to get going with Python and Java compared to my dear old ZX Spectrum. I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm old and I can't be bothered. There was something about those 8-bit computers that was just much more. You just switch it on and everything was there for you, kind of thing, I suppose. But anyway, oh look! I've gained a rank. I am Sir. Look at that, Sir Drew. Ta-da! Not only am I above average, I am now Sir Drew. Yeah, Commander Nero, I'm with you there. As I much prefer to write stuff and make it do what I want it to do, knowing that I wrote it. Better use C in a simple library. I will check it out a bit more. I haven't looked at it for years actually, so maybe I'm being a bit unfair to modern computer languages. Sir Drew, Sir Wager. I like that. I'm still a piracy and murder. Presumably, I can't actually ever clean my criminal record. That's there for life. Sir doesn't seem like a real rank. That's what Sir would be a knighthood in the UK, of course. Sir Drew the Loquacious. I like that. Sounds like we did a good delivery there. So let's get rid of our medicines. There we go. Let's refuel the ship. We're getting good at this now. Getting into a routine. Pick up the slaves, of course, because slaves. Back to the bulletin board. What else have we got here? Bulletin board. Right, so none of those are any good. There's the Imperial Navy. What have they got for us? Right, we've got to go back to the Facey system. Midnight on the 10th of June. That one's all right. Agreed. Now that's hopefully it's okay. So we're getting slightly better missions. Okay, so deliver military grade components. That sounds more exciting than documents, doesn't it? 11th of June. That one's okay. We don't normally get too many missions here, so that's okay. That's probably good. So we've got 2 missions to Facey, and they're getting a little bit more interesting. There they are. Which is good. So hopefully we're going to get some missions where we actually have to do something rather than just ferry stuff around at some point. And that's the objective of today, really, is to try and get to a point where we actually we have to go somewhere and do something for the military. Let's hope that actually happens. And she's got grey lipstick. That's different. Very interesting choices. New mission: deliver the ultimate requisition form. Not just any requisition. Yeah, actually, maybe it would be deliver the Marks and Spencer requisition form. This isn't just a requisition form. This is a Marks and Spencer requisition form. Just conflating 2 very, very different advertising campaigns there. Right. Bum, 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 bum. Pressure chutes must be worn each time. Off we go. Let's put the undercarriage up before we get the warning. Lock-on coordinates for the KC system. And hyperspace home. Deliver the top 1% of forms of all forms. It's on glossy paper, yeah. Philip R says, hi chat. Hi Phil. Good to see you. Or Philip. I mustn't shorten your name without your permission. That's very bad. Grey would look good on Sasha. I might try that. Can you change lipstick on in the what's it called? Hollow Me? No, not Hollow Me. Is it Hollow Me? Anyway, that you know what I'm talking about. Can you change lipsticks? I haven't tried that. You can. Grey lipstick. Hollow Me. It is Hollow Me. I get confused. Hi chat to CB Bit. Good to see you. Oh, so you can. Okay, I might try some grey lipstick for next week then. Just I don't know, just because. Right. So we're tell you what. Let's go to Matthew's Hole because it's a joke, right? We've got to do that. Oh no, we have been to here before, haven't we? We went to Schneider, so we have been to Matthew's Hole. That's where we went the other time. Yeah, that's there we go. Matthew's Hole once more. Engines, autopilot, right? Salome's sister. No, well, she's not any relation to Salome, that's for sure. And she's federal. We're not mucking about with that imperial nonsense. Sasha using anything other than purple? No, actually, no. Sasha, I didn't know you could. Maybe I can find some purple lipstick. I think I should try that because Sasha likes purple, as you saw. She might even need to have a purple flight uniform. Can I do that? I haven't really played around with the Hollow Me very much. Must try that. Okay, so uneventful run into Matthew's Hole. See, that's there is a purple suit. Oh, I might have to try the purple suit then. Right, there we go. So let's land. Boom. Right. Jenny at the helm. Set a course to Matthew's Hole. There's plenty of jokes to be done there, aren't there? If there's a purple suit available. Oh, I'm going to have to do that then. Purple all the way. Purple. I suppose I could give her a purple rinse, couldn't I? Maybe she'd enough. The trouble is she's been called Blondie a number of times, so I think that's stuck. So I think we'll stick with blonde hair. She's not that vain, So we'll see. A lot of the stuff in Halloumi, I was about to read there. Halloumi is locked behind arcs, though. Of course, yes. I don't think I've earned many arcs. Philip R, any chance of me ever playing this? Well, that's entirely up to you, Philip R. You can. This game is available for free online, and all you need to do is set up a version of DOSBox in order to run it. So if you want to do that, feel free, more than welcome. Right, I've got slaves on boards, as I recall, so let's check the bulletin board in case anybody wants some slaves, because you never know. Very unlikely, but sometimes it works out. Unemployed crew, is there a Jenny? Francis, oh well. Francis with very dodgy looking glasses there. No, apparently not. There's a distinct lack of Jennies, actually. I think we've probably got all the Jennies in the universe. Your feminine side coming out there. You'll be maybe. Yeah, I should get some. That would be really funny. I'll get some purple lipstick. Maybe I'd just have a purple. I don't know, purple something. I need some purple. I haven't got anything purple here at all. So, oh dear, there we go. I don't think I've ever worn any lips. Purple hat, yes. Dear. I'm not going all Drew here, am I? Purple suit is free, and 300 arcs, please, for Red Lippy. Okay, so maybe I need to get some arcs, just because that would be quite amusing. Right, we've dropped off the slaves. We're making a fair bit of cash along the way here, which is good. Purple wig. Dear. Purple hat. Purple. Yes. Infinite possibilities generation generated by 3 Jennies. Drew, any chance of bringing Salome back from the dead? She faked her death, or maybe you'd rather not say. Well, I think, in my head, she's definitely dead. So, unless, I suppose, anything can happen in the Elite Dangerous universe, because it's like set in the year 3400, of course. Sorry, 3300. For the time, as far as I'm concerned, she is. I do like killing off my characters, as you probably notice. Any good science fiction author kills people off. And so, as far as I'm concerned, she's definitely dead. She could have a clone, however. In fact, there are clues at the end of Elite, not very subtle clues, to be fair. At the end of Elite Premonition is the second book, isn't it? That she did in fact have a clone. She was one in the line of clones, and there are some others. So maybe there's one still around. But there we go. I don't know if it's still going, but you could earn arcs just by logging into ED before Christmas, so you might have some already. Okay, I'll have to check that at some point. Right, medicines here, isn't it? Buy those medicines. Let's fill that up. Okay. Let's go back to the bulletin board to see what exciting missions the Imperial Navy has for us. So we've got weapons-grade explosive capsules. Look, back to the old requisition forms. And that one's nasty. Look, that's an urgent requisition form, which we can't do. The timing. Oh, look, high command communications. Okay, so that's a bit more expensive. Now, there's nothing going to the Vaquest system, really. There's one there. There's high command documents by midnight on the... Okay, that's one. So medals on the 18th. Some documents, there's 3 missions. Gravitic detonators, they sound good. So actually, no, we have got a few. Okay, so gravitic detonators is good. Military grade, no, that's not going to the right place. So requisition forms, we can't do that one because it's too close. Military data cards. Deliver high command communications. That sounds like it's almost important. Requisition forms. No, not that one we can't do. Vaquest system. Deliver some medals. We can deliver medals. That's easy. We can deliver some documents. Yeah, we can do that. Explosive capsules, Achenar, Labis, Exial, SOA, NAF, Achenar. That's it. So I think there was 4 missions we could do there. That's not too bad. That's better than nothing. And I'm Sir. Right, so we're fueled up, ready to go. Save the game. Off we go. Bum, 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 bum. So come on, we need to get some more interesting stuff happening. Please, that would be good. Can we go somewhere and do a military mission? I don't know what the military missions actually are. Does anybody know what sort? I mean, there were some spy missions, or you had to take cameras, or things like that, as I recall. Were there some bombing runs and things, all that kind of stuff? I can't remember now. Somebody will know. Drew going all George R.R. Martin was. Yeah, so I don't like killing off all the characters, seemingly at random. I'm not quite that mean, but you know, death is a normal part of storytelling. So some of my characters will end up dead, or having problems. There's lots of spaceships about there at the moment. Hooper base is where we want to go. There we are. There we go. Now we sometimes get attacked in this system. Not today, it seems. There we go. Drew's character's plot armor is paper thin. That's right. They may die. Piglet stand, thanks guys. Okay, so yeah, so get started on. Sorry, I must have missed that piglet stand. So that's where you get the game from, and it'll also tell you how to play and all that sorts of stuff. It's quite a cool game. I like Frontier Elite 2. I've been enjoying playing this. Okay, assassination missions next. Photo and bombing missions after a lot of rep points. Okay. So is that going to be fun for us to keep? I don't want to use the word grind. I'm trying to avoid saying that word. Okay, so that should. Let's get rid of our medicines. And the other messages should pop up in a moment as we refuel the ship. Hey, I didn't ask you to do live animals. What? What happened there? Like the interface reset itself for some. That's doing it again. What's going on? Is that because there's a message popping up? It's probably that. Presumably, it's still offloading the Imperial missions, isn't it? Livery has been completed. Excellent. I won't have gone up in rank yet, presumably, but so it seems slightly odd that taking photos is on a higher level than assassinations. Yeah. It's Jenny is no more. It's a dead Jenny. Oh, poor old Jenny. Now, Jenny seems to be doing fine. I haven't heard anything from Jenny. I don't think they do anything more now, do they? Other than they're just there, they exist on the ship and they cost you money. It's not like we can talk to. There's no interface there. So let's get our slaves to take back to where we're going. Where are we? I'm getting a bit confused. We are in. Yeah, we're taking slaves to the. We're not expecting very much in the way of military missions here. Oh look, job needed refire. It's Suzanne. That's a different Suzanne with some very old makeup and some quite alarming hair. Play your part in the glory of the Empire. Deliver high command communications to the Facey system by the 5th of July. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Shall I try I want more money? It's our policy to offer fixed payment on completion of the mission only. I quite like that. It's our policy. We have a policy. We've written down a policy. What danger will this mission put me in? Some, but you should be able to handle it. Okay. Only start one you can complete, but it's better late than not finish at all. Okay. There we go. Okay, so all right, I'll agreed I'll do it. Okay, well, we talked about it. Doesn't sound like you can ask for much money. Although, check your medals. There was music to indicate you got one. Did I miss the medal? Oh look, I've got a black polygon. Yay! Check me out. Wow, awesome. Thank you very much. I thought you had the Liberator ship. Music was a medal. Ah, brilliant! So Commander Ariok spotted the medal. I didn't hear the music. I'll have to watch because I've got the music turned quite down low here because otherwise I tend to get feedback through my speakers. So I can't hear it very clearly. So I shall go watch that again actually. But no, look at that! Not only do I have a Crimson Brizard, I have a black polygon on a ship from the original game. Very good. Right, we're loaded up, ready to go. Wow, look at that. So yeah, they're obviously getting quite impressed with me now. He hopes. Onwards we go. Launch request. Let's lock the hyperspace over there. Game hesitated there for a moment for some strange reason. Here's the hyperspace. Off we go. A black polygon. You've been done. I like how vague a polygon. Yes, it's actually that's a parrot that's no longer with us. A polygon. Dear. Right. Let's go to Coates Mine because we haven't been there before. I don't know who Coate is and why he's mine, but there we are. Simpson Depot. That sounds like an exciting place. That's not the most exciting of streams, really, in some ways, because we're not seeing much combat, are we? None of this danger is materialising. There we are. I like how vague it is. Not even that they know how many sides it's a black thing. We're giving you this black shape because we think you're okay. How big? Yeah, a polygon is what? It's just something with many sides, isn't it? For your diligent service, we present to you a vague shape of some kind, which is black, so you won't be able to see it very well. Good stuff. Right, so dump that missing. Imperial Navy. Look at that. We were well in time for that one, so they should be happy about that. Excellent. So that's good news. Does anybody want any slaves? Oh, she's got purple eyes. That's what we need. Can I get purple eyes on Holoby? That could be a thing. Right, is there any? Does anybody want any slaves here? We haven't got lucky today. Luxury goods today. Oh yes, look, slaves. Yes, we'll pay 2,419.4 for some reason. 0.4. Well, couldn't you make it 0.5? Tell you what. If you make it 24.20 per tonne, then I'll give you my entire lot. 0.4. 2419.4. Very precise number, isn't it? I mean, somebody would say, look, I'll give you 2,400. I mean, it'd be much more realistic, wouldn't it? No haggling allowed. Yeah. Seems like a very curious number to choose. Maybe it's that ultra black stuff. They can't actually count this. The metal is so dark, you can't actually see it. So be careful picking it up. Don't put it down in a dark room. You'll never ever find it again. Which is a good job. Space isn't black, or you wouldn't be able to see it. Right, let's sell some slaves. Look at that. We're increasing our money dramatically. This is a good thing. 80. Oh, look at that! Whoa, 80, nearly 80, 850. Now that doesn't sound like much in Elite Dangerous terms, of course, but there's been inflation in the last 100 years, so that's actually a stack load of cash. Okay, in this era, we could almost buy ourselves another ship now, even though we've actually got the Imperial Courier. So we have made a fair bit of monies, which is always good. Right, let's put the fuel back in. I like this lady here. Look, I like this lady in the front desk. I mean, she looks a bit intense. She's got very hypnotic eyes. I feel strangely drawn to stare at her all the time. She's a black polymorph. Ah! Yes. So a black is whatever ton is not an integer of slave. Yes. Well, I don't know. I mean. Because I mean, Elite has always talked in terms of tons, hasn't it? So I mean, a ton of slaves, which is, she looks strangely drawn. She does indeed. A ton is, a weight, isn't it? Or a mass, should I say, in space. So a ton of slaves. This is what always confuses me about dealing with things in tons, because a ton of iron won't take up very much space at all. A ton of iron is probably only that sort of size, right? It's not very, very big. Whereas a ton of feathers is going to take up a large amount of space. And so, when your ship in any Elite, and not just Elite Dangerous, but any Elite, can carry 1 ton of a thing, some of those things surely are more dense than others. So if you can carry anytime you can carry 20 tons of something, how does that work? So is it 20 tons of? Okay, so your ship has a maximum capacity of 20 tons. Is that simply down to the amount of mass it can move around? And so the cargo hold is designed to take 20 tons, and it's big enough to take 20 tons of something very, very light. So if you fill it up with 20 tons of something very, very heavy, most of your cargo hold is empty, other than there's this little crate in the middle. How does it work? The non-Euclidean, Tourist Deluxe has the answer, the non-Euclidean storage holders. Because 1 ton of, just say, for sake of argument, something random, 40 tons of leathery eggs, for example, do not weigh the same as 40 tons of I don't know, platinum or something. They just don't, okay? So how does that work? Or is that just one of those questions? What's heavier, a ton of bricks or a ton of feathers? Well, yeah, exactly, G.R.I.N.D. The trick is that they're obviously they weigh the same, but a ton of bricks won't take up very much volume, whereas a ton of feathers will take up a very, very large amount of volume, which you may not have space for inside a very relatively small ship. So cargo capacity should be described as volume. Kelly Baghdad is exactly right. It should be, okay, you have, I don't know, so many cubic meters of cargo space, and something heavy will take up. So you should really, for a little bit of realism, which, to be honest, in the Late Dangerous, I'm surprised they haven't gone for, because they could, and they like anal details on some things. You should be managing mass and volume in terms of the cargo you're carrying. I think maybe it was too complicated. I don't know. So there we go. Inflatable cargo bay. Just compress the feathers. Yeah, but you could argue that compressing things might damage it. I don't think if I'm carrying 40 tons of slaves, I don't think they'd appreciate being compressed. Elite and ED teaches that everything fits on standard polygonal containers. Maybe that's why they gave me the black polygon. Dehydrated slaves. Just add water. Yeah. I don't know. So the earrings. There we go. So caustic earrings. Those earrings do look a bit hypnotic. Maybe she's hypnotising me with her earrings. What do you think? Definitely looks. She's very hypnotic. I'm going to have to avoid staring at her because I feel strangely. She is strangely drawn, and I feel strangely drawn. Right. So what am I doing? All right. There's just fuel on board. I forgot where we are. Where are we? We're in the Facey system. So. It's medicines here, isn't it? No, there she is again. Stop it, woman. Stop. She's back. Right. Let's buy some medicines. Because each time I have to go back to the main screen, I see her again, and she's still she's definitely hypnotising me. Right, bulletin board. Right, so slaves we did. She's not. What's with the purple eyes here? This is the space station of the purple-eyed ladies. There's definitely something really weird going on here. It's like the glow from those guys in June, isn't it? With the spice, the Arrakis stuff. Except it's not purple. These purple eyes. It's the purple. There's something going on here. So where's there we are, Imperial Navy. Okay, so he hasn't got purple eyes. We're okay. The spice eyes are cobalt blue and purple-eyed jennies. Ah dear. Right, so VACQUIS, midnight on the 4th of July. That one's okay. Yep. Or shall we go to Akinar for a change? Let's just see how much. There's 2 for Akinar, 1 for Vetquist there, 3 for Akinar, 2 for Vetquist, 3 for Vetquist. There's 4 for Vetquist, 4 for Akinar, 5 for Vetquist. No, there's 5 for Vetquist. That's going to help us more. Okay, back to Vetquist we go. 4th of July. 4th of July. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. Deliver some messages by the 4th of July. That's okay. Yeah. Deliver some messages by the 6th of July. That's okay. Okay, so we're getting secret orders now. So that we're getting trusted a bit. High Command communications by the 4th of July. Yep, that's good. Deliver some messages. That's boring. 3rd of July. Not these. Any of these are particularly interesting, but deliver secret. Secret plans. Have we seen secret plans before? That's by the 1st of July, so that's a little bit tighter. It's okay though. I think that's it, isn't it? Explosive capsules. There are some good military missions here. Right, hang up. There we go. I think that's 5 that we got there. Yeah. They've been on the onion head. Perhaps by this time the definition of a ton has changed to a unit of volume instead of mass. Maybe it has, G.R.I.N.D. That's a plausible one. Bulletin board with secret plans, I know. Tell you what, I'll take the secret plans and then give them to somebody else. How much for secret plans? Parsec and time units. Oh yeah, don't get me started on the parsec. That was just a ridiculous mistake that they justified in the law, which I think is always a bit confusing. Purple-eyed people eater. It's a shame you don't earn interest in this game. I could be a billionaire. Yes, I could, couldn't I? Shame we can't load a save game. Actually, that question was asked on the Kickstarter for Elite Dangerous. Believe it or not, can I load into Elite Dangerous my save game from Frontier Elite 2? To which the answer was no, alas. Which would have been quite funny, but of course it would have given people a sizable advantage, I suppose, at the beginning. The parsec thing in Star Wars noise, we just admit the scriptwriter messed up. You don't need to canonize. No, that was a clumsy one, wasn't it? Just wondering if loitering is a capital offence, do you get away lightly for delivering documents? Why is loitering such a bad crime? What happened? I'm going to write a spoof story, I'm sure, one day about why loitering is punishable by death when it's okay to go around assassinating people and get a mild tap on the wrist. Why is loitering such a capital offence? It's not even a trial, is there? It's just, you loiter, you die. That's it. And we are the final arbiters of loitering, and that's it. It's just really strange. Just about as silly as a sign points back. Well, at least you see the nice thing about I've said this before, but at least there she is again. Stop it. She is hypnotic, isn't she? At least in Frontier Elite 2, the black market isn't signposted as a black market. It's sort of slightly disguised, which I think is quite nice. That's better. Then just here's the black market button. But that's not how black markets operate. They're behind the scenes, so the police can not see them. I don't know any black market in the world where there's a sign across the door saying this is the black market. It's just what? That's not good. Dear. Right. Right. We're going to have to say. I feel we should give this lady a name. I don't know what we should call her. The suggestions in the chat. Okay. I'm worryingly actually captivated by this lady. She needs a name. We need to because she presumably she's randomly generated, so we won't see her again. Okay. So we won't see her again. She needs a lady. We could just call her Lady. I think I need a break from this game. Get out. I definitely need Violet. That is a great name. So Kamakishi. Fiona, Betty, Lavender. Lavender's a good name. Jenny. No, we can't call her Jenny. Hypno Helen. Miss Unnerving. Misadventure. Misdemeanor. The assassinations are the same in Elite Dangerous. They literally like massacre these people, and one that's a lot more. Yeah, no, there's lots of massacring going, but loitering. Don't do any of that. Hydra. I think Violet. Kamakichi was right in there right at the beginning. Violet, the hypnotic purple-eyed lady. Mysterious. That's quite good. So let's go with Violet. Bye, Violet. Thank you very much for your strangely alluring but hypnotic stare. Yes, I definitely need to get out more. I do actually genuinely need to get out more. You're entirely 100% correct there. Curse this lockdown. There we go. Right, off we go. Mistake. Violet. Yeah, I like Violet. Yeah. She's now gone. She's disappeared into the. She will only exist on this episode of the stream ever again, because such is the nature of procedural generation. We will probably never see her fair features once more. Right, there we go. Off with the autopilot. Come on, give us some ships to shoot. Yay! What have we got? A purple, oddly enough, a purple ship, at least on the scanner. He's shooting my shields. Got my shields down to 60%. That's the best that any of these NPCs have done. What ship is that? That looks like an adder or something. Have some of that. Boom. There we go. So I haven't met much in the way of ships that are a challenge yet. I still haven't had yet more than one ship attack me at the same time. Now I know it can happen. I've been told it can happen, but I've not seen it on this stream yet. There's another purple ship, so probably a similar size. It's not dodging. It's not all that difficult to kill them. He did just sort of sit there shooting his weapon. Ship is under attack again. Come on, let's see something a bit more. Is it going to be another purple ship? Yes, it's another purple ship. And the trick is here, like I said, with the engines off, just to thrust off vector for a bit until they're sort of in range of your guns, and then blast them. So I'm getting reasonably practiced at that now. That's 3 ships down. There we go. Boshed. I wonder why they have so many tiers of laser gun. You see, this is I noticed this when playing through before. Actually, a very, very good point. The 4 megawatt beam laser that I'm using here, the orange one, basically the orange one, is I think only the 3rd one up, is it, or maybe the 4th one up? So I think there's the basic pulse laser you start with. I clicked on the thing again. Stop. God, that's hypnotic, that is, isn't it? Let's go down to Hoop as well. It's just quicker. Hooper base. Ah! The game has crashed. I don't know if that's DOSBox or that is the yeah, looks like DOSBox has died. Yeah, it's not responding. Sorry about that. I'm going to have to kill it and restart. Here we go. Restarting DOSBox. Which ironically means I think you have to go back to the last save game, which is probably the hypnotic Violet. So we may see her again after all. Mr. Jenny's quit. Yeah. So is Jenny still here? Yes, there she is again. Not Jenny, Violet. Bye, Violet. Ah, dear. Right, so we've got to do that mission again. Sorry about that. That just crashed, which was annoying. It's Violet. She won't let us go. She's hypnotised me. I'm stuck with Violet now. Oh dear. I think it's. I don't know if it's the eyes or the earrings. I can't imagine the earrings are doing this all the time, like sort of pulsing at me. Dear. Right. Let us go, Violet. I know. It's been fun, but it's not you. It's me. We've got to go. It's to be honest, this game is remarkably stable overall. It doesn't. I think it's crashed twice on us in like 22, 23, 24 hours of playing it. I don't think that's too bad for a game of this era. The earrings are the real Violet. The crest is just hologram. Yes, maybe it's true. Go with it, she will follow you forever. Now I presume I've got to go and fight those baddies again. We'll find out. As big as hollow. We'll set course for the Hooper base because that's just far better. Yeah, oh, it's got a slightly different weapon this time though. Ah, quick, get the engines on. What colour does red mean? Looks like he's already overheated his gun, which is slightly amusing. Is that a Cobra? I think it might have been. Anyway, it's dead now. So that's the first ship. There's probably going to be 3. Another red one. Oh, got a decent weapon as well. Just thrust away for a bit. There he is. It's got a nice paint job. He's going to hit me. Silly fool. Don't crash my ship. Why don't they dodge? So annoying. Cobra Mark 1. Probably the third one. There we go. It's not a very good. The other thing there is it's not a very good user interface design when the warning message blocks your radar display. Do you think it sort of sits there for at least 2 or 3 seconds, going, "You're under attack," and you're sort of. My response to that is, "Yes, I understand that. Can you show me the radar, please, so I can fight back?" It's like, anyway, so there we go. So right, so going back to those weapons before I was rudely interrupted by the game crashing. So yeah, so I think the base weapon is a 1 megawatt pulse laser. Then you have a 5 megawatt pulse laser. Then there's the 1 megawatt beam laser, which is the red one. Then there is this one, which is the 4 megawatt beam laser, which is the orange one. And that pretty much 1 or 2 or 3 shots any ship I've come across thus far. So all the weapons above that range are almost pointless because A, they take up more space in your cargo hold, and you just don't need them. Yeah, Curious Deluxe, you're right. Isn't there like a 200 megawatt and a 100? Yeah, there is, and you can get a small plasma accelerator and a large plasma accelerator, but they're all pointless weapons, personally, I think, because there's hardly anything in the game that needs anything more powerful that I've come across. Kelvin says, yeah, there is. The 4 megawatt does the job. So, you don't need anything more than the 4 megawatt laser, which seems a bit of a shame because you've got all these other cool weapons, which you can, of course, buy because why wouldn't you? But they're sort of superfluous for the gameplay, which is a bit of a shame. And you can immediately see the colour of, how dangerous the pirates are by the colour of the laser. Yeah, so, a 4 megawatt beam laser is to be wary of. It's quite powerful. Other plasma accelerators like pulse lasers, they're beam lasers. Everything is a beam laser, basically. I think the plasma ones are white, from what I recall. I don't know what colour the other lasers are. I don't know about the 20 or the 100. Somebody will be able to tell me what colour they basically get brighter. Of course, an orange laser is not actually a possibility because orange is a combination of 2 colours. So you should really only have red, blue and green lasers, I suppose you could have ultraviolet and infrared lasers and X-ray lasers and all sorts of interesting stuff like that. A plasma accelerator obviously is not a laser; it's accelerating plasma, although it looks exactly like a laser in the game. There's an orange laser, doesn't really work, or a yellow one, and a white laser. You can't have that. That doesn't make sense. It's just wrong. Shouldn't be allowed. Right. So anyway, we got rid of the delightful Violet. See, without the eyes, she's not scary at all. Nobody knows about the colour of the 101 because they die too quickly. A gamma laser, that would be pretty nasty, wouldn't it? A gamma laser. So let's sell off our medicines as per usual. Refuel the ship. There we go. And what do? We buy slaves here, don't we? Yeah, because we're heading back to Facey. Okay, let's have a look at the bulletin board because we want some Imperial missions going back the other way, if there are any. Play your part in the glory of the Empire. Yes, right. Deliver gravitic detonators by the 5th of July. 29th, that's quite close, that one. I think we'll be alright. 5th of July, 29th, it's 8 days. I think we're okay for that one. In fact, that's the only mission, so... Oh, hang on, let's still love our mercenary missions. Okay, so it's still delivering cards and things. There's nothing particularly exciting. Right, okay. Let's save there. Head back. Launch request. Dun dun dun. Oops. We need to be sure we throttle up out of the way of these places, otherwise you get stuck on the ground. Back to the Facasi system. Dun 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 dun. Hyperspace. I want a rainbow laser, which is the transparent laser. Black lasers or grey laser? A grazer. The 100 megawatt is indigo, is it? Okay. What is the transparent laser? I don't know. I haven't come across the transparent laser. I want a rainbow laser. Yes. What am I flying now? I'm still flying the Imperial Courier. Seems to be my ship of choice, which was one of my initial ambitions in this game, is to have this ship. So we've got that. Let's go back to Coates. Let's see if I'm just curious to see if Simpson's Depot. That was where Violet hung out. I'm just curious to know whether she's still there. Let's find out. Pure morbid curiosity. I'm leaving Biggs's Hollow. Right, we're heading into. Just in case I didn't click on the space station here, which I think I may not have done because there's sometimes a cluster of ships around. I think you need to get another promotion before seeing the next mission type. That sort of makes sense, doesn't it, from a gameplay perspective? So I'm currently Sir Drew, or Sir Wager, or Sir Drew Wager. They always keep coming back to Violet. Oh no, that worked. Okay, so this is Simpson Depot. Is Violet still on duty, or she's gone off duty? Let's find out. She's still there. Oh no, we've been displeased with your late arrival. Ah no, we missed the mission. No, that's not good. Oh, Violet won't be impressed either. So that is interesting actually. So it looks like I haven't really been paying much attention to this, but it looks like the character is generated by a combination of the station. Space Lady Violet. Right, there we go. Right, so let's drop off. Hang on, let's find. Does anybody want slaves? I've got my mission wrong there, which is annoying. This is definitely the planet of the space station of the purple-eyed ladies. Slaves. Oh, look at that. Yes, yes, we've got lucky here a couple of times. That's going to make us a stack load of cash. Look at that. Almost at 1 million now. That's good. So that sort of makes up for my loss. Let's see what interesting missions. Play your part in the glory of the Empire. Secret dossiers by the 14th. So some of these are a bit tight. Well, the 16th is okay. The 14th is a bit dodge. Secret orders. message by the 11th. 11th, blimey. No, can't do that one. Military grade explosives on the 11th. That's too fast. Why are they giving me such time? Superconducting wire by the 12th. What's with the timing on this? 13th. These are way too fast. Midnight on the 21st. We can do that one. '11th is just crazy speed. It's like 5 days. Secret plans for the 13th. No, that's just too quick. Economic system. Requisition forms by the 19th. We can do that. Superconducting wire by the 12th. No. Can't do that. That's it. Not great this time round. 16th, 17th, 21st. Well, we've got 4 missions, I suppose. That's not too bad. I have to block that screen. She's just dear. Yeah, the guy wanting slaves obviously doesn't have a stock market button on his screen. He can't ask for it. Right, so it's did I do the fuel? No. From here it's medicines. I think we generally haul. Right, so we've got a few more missions. Right, so we say goodbye to Delightful Violet again. Bye bye, hypnotic lady. And we set course. How are we doing for time? It's 1/4 hour. Can we get any further today? It does take a long time to progress, doesn't it? I'm a violet stalker. Where there's fuzz when you need them. Yeah. It's crazy times. Dear. Right, here we go. The name's Violet. Ultraviolet. I like that. Ultraviolet. This is Biggs is Hollow again, isn't it? I'm getting a bit familiar with this run now. Dickens Base. Okay, let's go to Dickens. Actually, no. I'm going to stay safe and go to Hooper because Dickens Base was very dodge. Oh, that's looking a bit close. Was one of them 11th? No, I was going to say 11th was the day I couldn't do. 16th is the earliest. We should be fine. Cool. Come on. 13th. It's going to be a little bit close. It's about 9-10 days is the fastest I can do these trips, isn't it? So, boom, there we go. Right, so that should drop those missions off okay. Let's let it do that. Otherwise yay, being completed by a local Imperial HQ. Ultraviolet was a movie with Mila Jovovich. Don't know that one. That's a statement you don't hear very often. I'm getting used to Biggs Hollow. Was it about? Oh, it was a bad movie. Okay, I'm not so worried. Ultraviolet. I vaguely recall that actually. Maybe I have watched it. Lucky Luigi is continuing the gift sub they got from 1100 Sunny Smith. Thank you very much. There we go. There we are. Thank you very much. I think for that, Lucky Luigi. That's awesome. Right. What am I doing? Right. Let's sell our medicines on the stock market. Let's refuel the ship. We know the drill now. There it is. Right. Actually, we buy slaves here, don't we? Let's do that. That's a serious haircut he's got there. Bulletin board. Right. Okay. So, need work on the starship. Kurt. No, that's no good. Wanted live animals. We'll pay a lot of money. Haven't got any live animals, alas. Imperial Navy, play your part in the glory of the Empire. Okay, right. Deliver high command by the 21st of July. Too close. Deliver blank military data cards by the 25th of July. That's 11 days. That's borderline. I think we'll go for that one. It's worth a try, isn't it? Okay, so 25th of July. Let's get our ship out of here. Launch request. Bum 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 bum. Let's not hang about. Let's get to the Vacancy system. Off we go. Hyperspace. Right, it's the 18th. We've got to get there by the 25th. That should be fine. Okay, I'm not gonna. I think we'll leave Coates Mire. I don't think I can cope with any more Violet. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go to Topaz. I don't think we've been there before. Is there something on Topaz? There is. There's a space station. Let's go to Peter's base. Peter without an apostrophe for some strange reason. Okay. Are we going to get attacked? Apparently not. Thank you for following the Kipo of Much Abuse. Afternoon, Sneaky Dino. I could have mixed the movie up in my head with another one, Aeon Flux. I don't know. Freaky Dicky Doo's got to go. Another great stream. No problem at all. Catch it on the rerun. Yeah, hopefully this hasn't been the most exciting of streams, other than the fascination with Violet. So hopefully we'll get a bit more Imperial rep. We can do some slightly more interesting. I just want to do a mission that isn't just a delivery mission, and then that'll probably do me, I think. But if we can get to the next rank and do something where we have to assassinate somebody or take a picture or something, I think that would be quite fun. Right, so that's good. That rep worked. I'm still Sir. I'm still above average. So that hasn't changed. At least we got to Sir. At least we achieved someone. It's the banter we come from. Anyway, you have a great day. Thank you very much for popping in. Right, does anybody want some slaves? Somebody must want some slaves. Luxury goods. No, I'm bringing slaves. No. Oh well. We got lucky twice actually today. Woo! Now that's some serious makeup. Why do people in the space? I mean, the makeup in the 32nd century is pretty weird, or 33rd century, isn't it? And the eye colours are definitely weird, but the names are very conventional, which is a bit strange. And I don't know why that would be. Doesn't make much sense to me. Okay, there we go, and medicine's here, isn't it? I think we've probably got time for another couple of runs. Let's see if we can do that. Bulletin board. Dun-dun, President Hooper, wanted passes on a small ship. Missing person. Wanted job. Is there a Jenny? No. Shirley Anderton. Feeling generous? No. Feeling generous? No. No donations? No, not that. Ah, so there. Oh, this is annoying. There are no Imperial missions here, which is irritating. That means I'm going to have to make a stop somewhere else. Is there a planetary base? No, there's not. That is irritating. That means I have to go to another spaceport to get some missions. Let's go to Peter's Wreck. Let's go to Fort Stevens and see if they've got any. How annoying is that? Sometimes there just doesn't seem to be. Oh, there was an ad on the BBS, was there? I missed it. Oops. Oh, Guardians of the Free Spirit gives the permit. Oh, maybe I should go back in then. Hang on a minute. Maybe I missed something there. It might be worth us getting the permit to Van Mans just because I haven't got a permit yet. Let's do that. Right. Let's have another look at that board. bulletin board. Bought and sold, useful information. Guardians of the Free Spirit. Okay, so feeling generous. So what does, if I go in there, but that's just a donation. Will they give me a 0.1 of a credit? I could donate them. What does anybody know what this bit does? Batman's is worth going to the star is quite pretty. How much do I need to donate to? Does that just, is that a rep thing as well? At a certain point they'll give me a lighten your soul and your wallet. Tell me what I need to do there. I don't see an advert for the Empire though. No, there aren't any Imperial mission things. I think you need a passenger package delivery to go there. Yeah, so I don't think those aren't useful at the moment. Maybe. Yeah, delivery or passage. Okay, so I don't think we're anywhere near that anyway, are we at the moment? So we'll hyperspace everything in a minute, but we've got cargo. Let's go down there and see if there's some Imperial missions. .4 AU away. Let's go over there. Donations are just a rep thing. Okay, now I'll keep an eye out for a passenger package delivery to the place because it will give us a permit. Arrived in vicinity of target. Did I not select the? Oh, that's the planet. Fort Stevens is the actual base. I suppose that makes sense. There we go. Landing down. We get right. Are there some some missions here? Imperial Navy, there we are. Good. Okay, right. VACQUIS system on the 28th. Why are they all speeding up? Is that a thing as well? Look at his red eyes, that's just mad. 3rd of August, that'll do fine. Deliver a message, that's not very exciting. Blank military data car, secret orders by the 31st of July. It's just about doable. It's a bit dodged though, 31st, that's 8 days. Not sure about that one. 6th of August paperwork, that was okay. More paperwork by the 24th? What kind of ship's going to do that? 28th. These are really fast. 26th, that's just insane. 28th. Oh, it's given me loads of messages, but not anything in a realistic time. For almost any ship, to be honest. Maybe they're just trying to check that you're reading the paperwork. These are crazy. 28th of July. 3rd of August. Some medals. Woohoo. 26th. 28th. 28th. Oh, that was just ridiculous. I mean, I suppose I got 4. That's not too bad. Almost encouraging you to get us faster and smaller ships, so maybe that's it. It's all a scam. They want you to fail. It's an Imperial conspiracy. Could be. Okay, right. So that's at least it's given us some messages, something to do. Okay, so there we go. Almost crashed there because I had the time acceleration on. That wasn't very good flying. Right, hyperspace into the system. Biggs is hollow. Here we come, as it were. Hooper base, because that's where all the cool people hang out. Autopilot, maximum speed. Oh, we're going to get attacked. No! You need the TARDIS to complete some of those missions. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that was ridiculously fast. So that's just the game just being an arse, basically, isn't it? This is quite a long. I mean, I haven't been the most efficient pilot here, obviously, because I'm playing on stream and I'm chatting away and getting distracted all the time. But even so, we've spent almost 4 hours now doing military missions, and it's a long old climb up that sort of rank ladder. I'm not using the G word, okay? I'm just refusing to use the G word. But it's taken us some time, and we haven't. It's not as the progress here isn't nearly as fast as it is in other parts of the game. And we went from a Cobra to an Imperial Courier in 4 hours. which seems to me to be a fair amount of, payback on time invested in the game. Whereas this is beginning to feel a bit kind of like, really, aren't we there yet? Even for a 90s game, it feels like we should have got something a little bit more interesting by now. The game is dragging its heels a bit, I think. It's a bit of a long haul. Exactly right. It is a bit of a long haul. So I think it's. I don't think we'll go to. I want to do a mission where we're doing something that's not just a delivery mission, but it hasn't given us anything like that yet. What have we got here? We're medicines here. Nope. Stock market, sell the medicines. I feel the game owes us something, and we got a medal out of it, but not much else. In fact, this will be the last run. So for today, let's see if there's anything going back to the Facey system which is worth doing. Right. Imperial Navy, come on. Right. And the game obviously heard me. I went, okay then. There's nothing at all. For the first time, actually, there's nothing here going back to the Facey system at all. Oh well, there we go. Is there anything else going to the Facey system? Oh, look, the vacancy required. Come on, give us a Jenny. No, Bob. Fruit and veg. No, nothing interesting at all. So we're not going to get any further today. Oh well. What can you do? Launch request. So other than meeting the delightful Ms. Ultraviolet, who I think was the highlight of today's stream, personally speaking, I suppose we have moved our rep on a bit. That's good. We are now Sir Drew, which I think is at least encouraging. There we go, hyperspace. And where should we go? Let's go back to Matthew's hole, because that's just a very, very puerile joke which makes me chuckle. Let's go to Schneider Base and we'll stop there for today anyway. I don't think we get attacked in this system from what I recall. No, nothing happened. Jenny's Bob's real name could be Jenny. Yeah, I think actually it's short for Kate. Don't call your wife Violet after the stream. I'll be explain how you like the look of a pixelated 19 avatar. No, that would be a very, very bad thing. Jenny is self-identifying as Bob. I met this woman today. She had strange purple eyes. That's all I can remember. The rest of it's all a bit of a blur. Right, landing fee has been conducted. We haven't got any missions to deliver, so all we have left is our slaves, and the game will almost certainly not. What position wanted on a reputable starship? Christine! Oh, Christine, you're not called Jenny. If only you were called Jenny. Position on a reputable starship. Oh, David Diamond. He sounds like a pop star. David Diamond. Here tonight. There's quite a few people looking for people. Well, she looks very dangerous. Tracy Lopez. No thanks, Tracy. Useful information. Okay, so no special money for our slaves. Just going to have to sell them for the normal profit. But will we get over 1 million? Yay! There we are. We've achieved 1 million credits. There's a thing. He says grasping at straws for things he's achieved on his stream today. That's not bad. Let's just load up, ready to go next week. Actually, no, I'm not going to load up because I haven't got enough money to load up and stay at 1 million credits. So I'm going to leave it there for next week. So what have we achieved? Well, we've made 1 million credits. There we go. That's good. There's the thing. We have also become Sir, so that's quite good. We have been given a black polygon. We're not quite sure what that is, but we've got one. We probably need to go up a little bit more on the Imperial ranking in order to get some decent missions. G.R.I.N.D. says Kelvinator. I don't know, what does that acronym mean, Kelvinator? I'm not sure. We've had a fun afternoon in chat, and I've not done anything bad. We got awarded a black polygon thing. We haven't died today. That's an achievement. We've killed a few things. So yeah, and we met the delightful ultraviolet. So so there we go. That'll do. Getting rank is now a drag. Yeah. So I'll push it a little bit. What I might do. I know it's a bit to dodge. I might play the game a little bit off stream. See if I can push it up a little bit. And just get somewhere near the next level, and then we can have fun. And FE2 crashed. Yes, the game died. Yes, I didn't die. The game died. So a hex edit of the stream. Yeah, so maybe something like that. So maybe we can just push it on a little bit to avoid the kind of grind on the game. But it is what it is. So and I do want to go off and visit the Pleiades and the MB4. So if we can do a federal mission where something interesting happens. And we can do the MB4 mining machine and go and visit the Pleiades. I think we're done. I think we're done with Frontier Elite 2, and then we can look at the next game. So unless there's anything else anybody can think of that we haven't tried, there is one thing I want to do with the police, and I'll show you that at some point. Maybe we'll do that next week. We'll see how it goes, which is a bit naughty, but it's quite amusing. So I will. On that note, I will now leave you, and thank you very much for your company. I hope you've enjoyed this. There's a retro hypnotic violet stream, and cheat says Covenant. No, I'm not planning to cheat. Well, I don't think it's a cheat. It's not a hex edit anyway. I'll explain all next week. We'll have a play all. But you have a fantastic rest of the weekend. Take care of yourselves. See you on Monday for science fiction ramblings. See you on Thursday for more Elite Dangerous, Elite Retribution, and have yourself a good time. Be good. And take care, my friends. Lovely to see you, and look after yourself as ever. I will see you soon. Be good. Take care, and right on, Commanders.